Hi, I'm Jessie Ammett, your host of Valley News Now. I'm here today with James Bergman, who's I hope I can not overstate my importance here, but becoming a friend of mine, I would have to say.
I think so.
And he is here today in a professional capacity as a speech language pathologist.
That's right.
Yes, and so you recently started a position with Pediatric Partners, and we just thought it'd be great to get some of this information out there and ways to connect people if you're having some concerns with your child. So you're the professional. I will let you kind of explain and take over.
Absolutely. So, I love words. I love working with kids, and having the opportunity starting this week, I got to work with Pediatric Partners. I'm just kind of observing right now, just kind of starting, but working with kids in the home is so amazing because you get to be in their natural environment, you get to help out parents, you get to answer questions, and it feels so relational. And I think as a parent, I feel like we're constantly asking ourselves, is my kid on track? Like, is there anything that I should be doing? Is there anything I should be worrying about? And it's really nice to just kind of have that peace of mind. And to be able to be somebody who can provide that to parents of kids birth to 3. I'm just really excited about it.
It's so great. And I know one of the things you were really excited about with this new position was being able to assess kids in their home or in their natural environment. Because, we've all kind of had that experience as a parent. You bring the kid in, and then it's all, you're uncomfortable, they're uncomfortable, everybody's kind of off. And I don't know how great of an evaluation it gets to be, and that's difficult for you, for the speech language pathologist as well. So what a great idea that they have with Pediatric Partners, that you can just go to the kid.
Yeah. And you might be asking yourself, like, okay, so great, there's this service that's available. What does it look like? How do I get that? And so
all right,
I just wanted to show you around on, so this is the Pediatric Partners Facebook site. You can take a look there, but also over here is the website. And if you're wondering, how do I, I'm talking with my hands right now. You can't see me. But if you go over to services and free screening, there's information about if you wanted to request a free screening. You can click here. You can complete these online developmental screenings to help give an idea of what that looks like. So a screening is basically kind of like a really quick look at your kid and figuring out, well, okay, are there any areas of development that they might be just a little bit delayed on, and is there anything that you can do in the home as a parent, or is there anything that maybe they'd be eligible for services? So if there's some concerns, the screening could lead to an evaluation, which could lead to getting services in the home.
And what a peace of mind. Like you said, I think so much of being a parent is going, am I doing all the right things? Are they on track? Is there anything I should be doing? And one of my kids, I had a little speech question with, and I remember just kind of feeling like I didn't know what to do. And so that's what I know, a big question that you wanted to answer today for people is, if you have that question, you're like, I don't know, where am I supposed to even go? You can go to Pediatric Partners, and like James said, services, free screening, and we get a little intimidated sometimes by forms. And so I'm just kind of redoing this. James already showed us, but I'd like to do it again and request a free screening. And the form is really simple, super simple. You can just put in your concerns, and then I would imagine somebody gets in touch with you, or what would the next steps be?
That's right, and I'm not sure, I'm still kind of learning about what the screening
you're brand
process.
new there.
I am. I'm still kind of learning about the screening process, but in my years, working with kids and working with education, the one thing that I figured out is something we all know: the more we do earlier, the better the outcome for our kids.
Definitely.
And so, and early intervention, there are other early intervention providers in the area if you want to reach out to them, or reach out to Southeast Human Services. That's another avenue to get into the early intervention program. But
so kind of depending on what your situation is, whether you've got insurance through your employer, or you might be self-employed without insurance, however it works. There's some options there for you too.
That's right, and my understanding is early intervention, a lot of it is the state says, well, we want to serve these kids, we want to make sure. And so, again, I'm still new to all the paperwork and that sort of thing. I can't answer all those questions, but there are a lot of people who are really passionate about your child's development, and they want to help your child be ready for kindergarten that first day. And it's kind of like we have to think about, what does that look like even a couple years ahead of it.
Ahead of time.
Especially with school starting this week, I keep on thinking, well, You know,
Right.
there are kids who maybe are having that first day of school and it's kind of rough for them, and we don't want that for any of our parents.
No, no. So really, regardless of your income, and I kind of like that you aren't completely sure of the process
I
either,
know, yeah,
because
sure.
it helps. That helps people figure that out. That we don't all know where to go, but we just figure it out together. So whatever your status is, you can reach out to somebody and get some services. Start with Pediatric Partners, maybe do that screening. Like I said, I had a kid. I'm going to give this back to James here to see if there's anything you would like to show or look at Facebook, and we can just kind of explore the website together, which I think is awesome. But like you said, you have those worries, and I remember thinking, Kyle, I don't know if he should be saying things clearer. People had a hard time understanding him, and it was such a peace of mind to finally get an assessment and know, yep, okay, he's on track. Or my sister's little boy was like, nope, he's a little behind, but you can do these couple of things. And I mean, it was probably 9 months of some speech therapy, and he was caught up, and you would never know it. But years ago, we waited till kindergarten.
Right.
And you start kindergarten, and oh my gosh, to start with, where your speech isn't where you want it to be as yourself, as the child, or as the parent, you want to be able to do something.
And you can see there's parent resources here, like frequently asked questions and information about developmental milestones. So if you want to explore here, there's a lot, but you can contact them and make an appointment if
and
if
all
you
kinds
feel-
of questions. What if I don't have insurance plan that covers it? There's lots of answers to a lot of questions. So you can see what does a typical therapy session look like. That can be intimidating. Like, boy, I don't know if I want to bring my kid because maybe it's going to be too much for them.
And the other thing is that with Pediatric Partners, some of it's outpatient, some of it's early intervention. So if a child is getting early intervention in the home and they decide, well, you know what, they need a little bit more help, there's also outpatient, so they can work
That's
with
awesome.
one of our many talented therapists. And if you're a therapist and you're looking for a position, I've only been there a week, but I can tell you I've really enjoyed it so far. Everybody
That
has been
says a lot.
fantastic, and I just really want our community to know that we've got resources to help you and your kids.
Yeah, and that's what we're all about. I mean, and that's a big part of what we're doing at Valley News now too, besides bringing you some breaking news, is we want to connect people in the community with resources that are available, because there are kind of a lot of resources available, but yet that connection piece is sometimes difficult, and
Yeah.
people get overwhelmed really easy. I mean, all of us included, with where to go. So if your kid's having, now are we mainly talking speech things that we're noticing, or is there other things?
Any number of things. So speech, also fine motor concerns. So if they're having difficulty manipulating things with their fingers, so kind of using those small muscles. Also gross motor, so moving, crawling, walking.
Okay.
Any concerns about delays there, but then also behavioral concerns.
Really?
You know what? We really look at the whole child.
Okay.
And the other thing I love about working in the home is you're thinking about the whole child, because this is their environment where they are most of the time. And so it's really nice to kind of have that naturalistic setting.
Because I'm sure they're getting up, or they're whatever their age is, they're playing with toys, or they're probably kind of doing their own thing in a very comfortable way, so you
Yeah.
can see how they crawl, how they walk, and then behavioral things too. So really, anything you're concerned developmental wise,
Yeah.
that would be a reason to do that screening.
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Nothing like a peace of mind and a resource to know where to go as a parent, because as we were talking earlier, when you're parenting, and you have this realization that when your parents were parenting, they also didn't know what they were doing. So yeah, nobody knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
And we're all just trying to figure it out together.
We
so,
are, but
yeah.
you know what? I mean, and I think we all feel like we've got to do that independently.
Right.
And I think
You can't ask, because that's going to look like I'm a bad mom or something.
Right.
Yeah.
I think sometimes we hold back because we're not sure what we should know, and the best way to figure out what we should know is to ask questions and approach things with curiosity rather than judgment, because we just judge ourselves. I should
I should know
this.
that. Yeah.
I actually have a song. I'm not going to play it today, but it's called "If Only I'd Have Known."
Oh,
And
I love it already.
it's all about this kind of process. And so, like, the chorus is, "If only I'd have known there's a place I could be going where they could help my child and help me know I'm not alone." And I think that's what we want to do here. We want to help
Yes.
parents know that it's not all on you. it takes a whole village to raise the child, and Fargo's a great village to be in.
It really is. It really is. Yeah, and I think as parents, especially, I remember being a new parent, you kind of feel like I'm supposed to know all the things.
Yep.
You know, but yeah, no, people go to college for years. That's why we use the village, because this person knows this and this person knows that, and then we can all help each other.
Exactly.
Awesome, James. Well, did I miss anything that you would like to reiterate before we go? The website, pediatricpartnersclinic.com, and they're on Facebook as well.
Yeah, I think that's about it. I think
Okay.
more than anything else, just feel free to ask questions, though. I think, and then talk to your pediatrician if you have other questions. But also we just want to empower parents, because ultimately parents know their kids best.
Yeah.
And so when they can be the ones who are making these decisions and realizing that the resources are there, we just need to find them. Sometimes it feels like if you don't know what you're looking for, you're never going to find it.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so for us to have something that we can point them in the right direction, it's a great place to start.
It is. Yeah, and the name says it all. It's Pediatric Partners. I feel like, the experts partnering with the parents. It's awesome. Thank you so much, James.
Absolutely.
So, James Bergman, speech language pathologist at Pediatric Partners, and online again at pediatricpartnersclinic.com, and also on Facebook. And I am your host, Jessie Almit of Valley News Network.